What's going on? It's the Wolf, and we are back with another episode of the Wolf Has Spoken podcast. And I'm legitimately extremely excited today. Not because we have a guest, not because I'm joined by my guy Q. I am happy to see you though. I'm excited because we are back home in a home studio. If y'all been tapping in and watching on YouTube for the last couple of weeks or catching the clips all over social media, well, y'all see that we was on our subset. But right now, we on our home set.
Back home.
You know, so what's up, Q?
What's up, man? I feel like we both in great spirits right now.
That's good. But before we get all the way into the spirits, I would just really.
I was saying why we in great spirits though.
Oh, go ahead. You want to let us? All right, well, all right, cool. No, but all in all, real quick, before we get into the episode, man, we are in great spirits because, for one, you know, as y'all can see behind us, the billboard is currently being occupied by her fantasy box. And I want y'all to get familiar with it, whether y'all want to or not, because y'all going to see this for the next couple months. And guess what? Yours could be next. So with that being said, tap into her fantasy box. Tell us about it. Tell us more about the brand.
Absolutely, yeah. So we gonna get into their story. So
they got a story.
They got a story. Sure, a little blur. They want to talk about some of the products.
All right, let's do it.
Right. So their story. For years, I struggled to find products that made me feel safe and represented. Thanks to my background in public health and collaboration with experts, her fantasy box was born. We elevate confidence, break taboos, and provide plant-based solutions for all women. My dream always centered on building a tight-knit community. Today, our fantasy base embodies the vision, empowering thousands of women globally through unity, knowledge, and powerful solutions.
Shout out to her fantasy box. And shout out to the mission, you know, the finding a solution for empowering women, and yeah, for everything that y'all are doing. So tap in with them, and like I said, whenever y'all ready, we could tap in with y'all.
Go over some of the products real quick. Or?
Oh yeah, tell me
see some stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah,
if y'all interested, especially some of the ladies out there.
The ladies, yeah, tell them what they got.
All right. So you know, some body wash for pH balancing. I always hear about pH being important. You know, like
extremely important.
We got some slippery box for moisture support. Very extremely important.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know, other body wash and stuff like that that supports, you know, all your type of needs. So, you know, definitely check it out. Definitely good stuff, and just a great brand to look out for.
Hell yeah, definitely a great brand. Shout out to the people that brought the brand to life, and keep doing what y'all doing.
Absolutely.
So let's get into it. Why are you also? What you said we both in great spirits?
For sure.
Tell me about the great spirits that you in.
Well, I feel like, you know, I don't speak for you, but I feel like, you know, I'm just in a great space. You know, a few episodes ago, I spoke about, you know, everybody should have that time to themselves and ask the question, like, how do you like yourself? Do you like where you're at? Do you like where you're headed? Do you like things around you? And, you know, me currently, I am happy about things. I'm genuinely happy.
Yeah.
I feel the show is in a good space. We got a lot of good momentum going on. You know, the plantation ain't that bad. You know, shit is cool there.
After. You good?
All right, you know, he would have cool. The plantation cool. You know, Marquee Consulting Solutions. You know, my HR consulting firm. You know, we getting some clients. You know, we rolling.
Congratulations! I got a client.
Yeah,
was it me?
No, not you actually. Not yet. Yeah. Not. He's been supportive though, you know, even trying to tear. He trying to tear down my plantation job, but not the actual company.
No, I want to build the company.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, plantation now, 100%. We build the CEOs over here.
Right. So yeah, we got a few clients coming in, so that's been dope and just, you know, vindicating.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I just felt good, and I feel like the things in general, like and I also feel like, you know, we all know life be life in at times. Certain shit be out of control, and so I feel it's important to just like check in at that moment and embrace that. No, shit is good. Like shit is stable,
bro. I've been hearing the word balance all week in every speaking engagement I've been doing, every like environment I've been in or activity. People just keep mentioning the word balance. And like one thing that I have found myself frequently answering when being asked about it is like, you know how you said like life be lifing, right? So when we think about that, when I think about balance, it's like you gotta appreciate the good and respect the bad. Exactly. Because like that's the balance in life, that's the polarity, as opposed to dreading it, as opposed to respect the bad. Because when people do it, they take for granted the good and then hate the bad and be like, what I'm gonna do? Life is like, but when life was cool, you wasn't even appreciating it because you didn't never think that the other time was gonna occur. And it's like it's 4 seasons for a reason. It's like, that's why you got spring. That's why you got fall. That's why you got winter. That's why you got summer, because that's just identifying the polarity and the balance. So when you just say it like, yo, like I'm just enjoying it, I'm like, yeah, like that's the balance in life. Because when the rain comes, it's not to be hating the rain, it's to just grab an umbrella. But when it's sunny, you better go outside. You better go enjoy yourself. And it was funny to that point of the life be life thing, because a girl said this was some real simple shit, but it was like, she's like, yeah, life be life, but God be God. And I was like, that's gold. Cause like, you know, that's the truth of the matter. Like life going life, but God going God. And it's like, it's always going to come together in the end. You know what I mean? So for me, I've been like moving around. If y'all follow me on social media, y'all see I'm on tour. I'm here, I've been there, I've been this place, that place. Like, and I've been appreciating it. Like I've been like my friends even noticing. They're like, yo, like you want to go? I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna go immediately after this episode. I'm going right back on the go.
Suitcase.
I'm living out suitcase. You see it. It's right there too. It's a big suitcase too. You know what I mean? And I'm just embracing the world of being able to embrace the world. Like I'm not like, it's like the same things that we do in our hometown could be done anywhere you go. Like if you like Chick-fil-A in your city, it's Chick-fil-A all over the country and all over the world, I'm sure. And it's like the same $10 that you're gonna spend in your city, you can spend somewhere else. Now granted the cost of travel, but those costs could get cut for the experience itself. Once you get there, because most people don't think, they don't worry about paying to go. They think about what it's gonna cost once they're there. It's the same. So it's like, if you like certain foods in your hometown, they got the same foods in Atlanta, in Miami, in Houston. If you want to go across the country, it might be culturally different, but you can find something within that price range. So for me, once I started, you know, we always talk about me budgeting and looking at my finance for like the last year as I've been developing as a man, I started to realize that I got more room to do more than what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And like, you know, like right now, like I'm in between two cities. So it's like, a lot of people don't know that, but it's like, it's like cat out the bag. I'm living here and I'm living there. So it's like going back and forth or whatever the case may be. That already had me in a traveling bag. So we could have talked about it episodes ago when I first made the transition, but I wasn't really ready. But now I'm on a tip where it's like I'm embracing it. So it's like being able to be here and, you know, live in Atlanta or whatever the case may be, is like, it felt good to have two spots where I'm like, I'm back and forth. And then now I'm just getting involved. I just was in Houston. I'm about to head to Dallas. You know, I'm always in Florida. So it's like, I'm not really stationary right now, but I still feel stable.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
Also, I was going to give you credit.
Hold the fuck up. Cue the horns. Make a sound. Hit the buzzard. I'm getting credit on camera?
On camera. Candid camera. On camera.
This is recorded. People can hear this.
Absolutely. Ricky, cut this shit out there. But it ain't going to be seen, but it's going to be recorded. Like,
oh, so it's on the record, but it's off the record.
Absolutely.
It's in the archives.
Yeah, bloopers.
Oh.
But no, give you credit. Again, like, you know, it just feels good to be a part of the show as it continues to grow and gain momentum and evolve.
Yeah.
And from the first time we met about this to where it's at now, I thought we had a seamless chemistry, seamless projection of like-mindedness and shit like that, whatever. So one, it just feels good, and it's just like a dope show to be a part of, a dope platform to watch.
I'm truly happy to have you, bro, for sure.
Yeah, appreciate it. And also at the same time, as a person who did build something from scratch and took it, several things took it where I need to take in certain regards, whatever, I always understood that I am my own strengths or whatever, has certain ceilings, whatever. So being next to someone like you who has certain skill sets and abilities I don't have, and seeing you have certain reaches and shit like that, and certain ceilings, like, oh no, like, like people see this show that never saw my show. Like,
you taking accountability and giving credit. It's a holiday.
Yeah, so it is just funny seeing how people react to that that knew me on my show.
Yeah, you like, oh wait, nigga, you knew I had an album out, but you heard I did a feature with this nigga, and now you talking about I'm working.
My barber was on my podcast and never asked me. I think about asking about it 2 times across years, like 2 times, like they was on the show and then never give a fuck. When I say every time I get a haircut, they want to talk about like, how the podcast? Like, how's it going? Like, I'm like,
that's like when they don't never check on you. How the kids doing? The fuck, nigga, I exist.
Like, literally. So it's like just seeing how people react to this platform, react to you, because again, you know a lot of people, you have done a lot of things, and the equity and the value you have, you've worked hard for that up to this point, whatever.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So being a part of it is I can just be honest with myself and be like, no, I know my value, I know my talent, skills. I'm happy to be a part of this because, you know, it's a part of what you built till now.
And I appreciate, we talk about this off camera all the time, but I appreciate the value you add and the structure you bring, you know, because that's when we say we seamlessly got the chemistry. Like, it's not just on camera. It's like a lot of people don't understand when you think about podcasting, this is a business. And within a business, it requires systems and operations. And naturally, organically, with the team we got, it's just 3 of us, me, you, and Ricky, we push this content out seamlessly, and it's because of your shrimps. Like, it just so happened that you're timely, I'm not. You're organized, I'm doing better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give myself some credit. You know, like, you know, it's like, and then it's like you got this thing where you can lock in on the YouTube. I got this thing when I lock in on social media. So it's like that's why when we talk about alignment, even how it even came together, it was just a blessing to even run into each other because that was nothing nothing shy of fate. It was nothing shy of fate because I don't go to the gym at that time and neither do you. So the fact that we ran into each other, that was the topic. And then you took the initiative to reach out later. And then me just kind of being in that space, I was like, I want to just give it a try because I was hard. No, I'm cool. I'm not doing it. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just give it a try. We met up and we're doing what we planned to do. And we haven't even had a meeting about it since. Like, ain't that something? Like, we never even met about what we initially met about. And we just been rocking and rolling. And down to us getting our first advertisement.
And I just want to say that too, even to continue to piggyback off that. Again, the platform's a platform, you are, but also just even other things you do connecting to our first, conversation brand. Is like, I've seen you have like marketing skills and marketing conversations and how you even get that down pat and how you do it. Is like, oh yeah, like, oh no, like, not saying I can't, but I can't do it at this point, whatever. Like, that's your skill set. That's your bag for sure. So podcast aside, you the marketing guy. You got that shit down pat, whatever. So seeing that and being a part of it, because, of course, I see it in general, but then, oh, no, that's there now. Like, you know, like, that boy good. That boy good. You did that. Yeah.
Come around me, we're going to get some money.
Yeah,
we're going to grow. We're going to elevate. And, you know what I mean?
To you, for sure.
I appreciate my friendships of the 30s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was laughing because remember how I was just talking about my gift registry because my birthday would probably be and just passed by the time this come out. Like, literally, like, probably be right after my birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah, for sure. So I was telling you about the registry, how you can't go down to the bottom gifts. Like, you stick your ass right up in the top somewhere with the expensive shit.
I like scroll right to the bottom.
Yeah, so it's like once you get below a threshold, you in the wrong territory. But I was just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, like, even when I talk at the party, I'm like, my speech look different. My friendships is different. Like, I got my homies that I grew up with, but it's like I got new friends that I spend more time with, even if it's just in a group chat and just bidding and politicking. And I was just looking at life and I was just like, yo, I'm grateful for my friends in the 30s now. It's like, it's y'all. I got Sean, I got Liam, I got other friends that I just met like relatively not that long ago. Even though I knew you for years, our friendship started with the podcast.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's like the fact that the relationships are being built in the way they being built. I was just like, yo, like, this is dope to me. Like, you know, it's genuinely a new level. Even the friends I got in Atlanta, I'm like, yo, I really got different friendships now. And I'm grateful for that. So, you know, don't be afraid to meet new people.
Absolutely.
And be open to meeting new people. Like, you meeting new people don't mean you got to dispose of the old people. It just mean, like, when you reach new levels and are interested in new things, sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, you got to be around people that's on what you on because it keeps you grounded in that space. You know what I mean?
And I think not the most important, but one of the important things you said in that is, you can embrace new levels, embrace new experiences, but it doesn't mean you have to discard. Like, you know, and I feel like
that's what my day ones.
Right. I feel that's always been a part of my skill set. And I've seen other people where they kind of struggle with that. It's like, oh, you know,
you didn't text back. Well, go ahead.
The thumbs up.
The reaction expert. The reaction connoisseur.
Yeah, so like I've seen people where like, oh, you get a new job, so these your new friends now. It's like, all right, cool. Like, what happened when you leave that job? Though? So
right.
I seen people where like, no, regardless to your point about the podcast, like when I started the podcast, I met like a lot of new people that became actual friends. Like after the podcast, whatever type of shit. And I noticed that once I got into my 20s and 30s, whatever. Oh no, like every year or two, I meet a new person, whatever. And it's like, oh no. This is my friendship, whatever. Like, so I always find that interesting. And like, no, okay, cool. You're a part of the village now, and the village got a new one. We're gonna keep growing, whatever. Like, so I feel that's important.
LA Fitness membership,
right. That's important.
Go anywhere, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, everybody is like, we ain't gonna just be discarding, unless it's you're just not conducive to where we're
going. 100%. That's a difference.
Regardless of where you got on at.
Yeah, for sure. It's like if I outgrow you. That's different. It's like you're not being discarded because it's a new friend. You're being discarded because you're obsolete. This friendship is obsolete. It's over with. Like, we have nothing in common. We have nothing to talk about. But I don't know. I feel like just nurturing and fostering relationships and just maintaining them, like just looking forward to the 10 years from now and looking back on the thing. Because like we have real moments that have been created. And I think that's the fun part about life and friendships is just like looking back on those moments in real time. Like how me and Rick, he come to play ball with us and he lose us the game because he want to throw up a half-court shot for no reason at all. For no, you flag him up, fuck off, and sling a half-court shot and missed the shit out of it. Carlton, yes, that. That's a moment I would never forget, but I'm happy he did it, even though I was pissed at this motherfucker. He's never getting the naughty, never getting invited again. But I'm happy he did it because at that alone is just a moment that, you know, we could remember. But talk to me. I see you got the notes up, so what we got going on today?
So, you know, I know you had a great moment with your daughter recently.
Oh, my gosh. Them kids, dog.
Yeah, we were.
So, it wasn't, it was great. It was great to see the kids.
All right,
you know, but they my bills. So I was spending time with my bills.
Walking Pico bills.
I was spending time with my bills yesterday. And I had a speaking engagement, right? So I was rushing. So because I surprised them, they wasn't prepared, they wasn't ready. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make the most of these hours that we're spending because I'm in and out. Whatever the case may be. Maximize my time. Cute strategy. So we go to the hotel, whatever the case may be. They were supposed to go to the event with me, but they wasn't dressed. They wasn't prepared. I wasn't really prepared. So I'm running behind them like, all right, I tell the guy at the front desk, I'm going to leave my card on file for my kids to get room service. So then I'm like, oh, wait, is room service more expensive than that restaurant right there? He said, absolutely. I'm going to let my kids go to that restaurant right there. So if they go in there, just put it on my room. All right, cool. Let them know. I let the kids know. Go ahead, give it what y'all want. My kids, typically, chicken fingers, fries, Sprite.
Shout out to it.
I calculate $42 max. That's what I'm thinking. With a tip. I'm texting my oldest daughter, hey, so how much was it? She gave me the price. It was almost $100. I'm like, the fuck? Oh, wait.
Doubling some change.
How the fuck? What the fuck y'all order? She like, oh, I got the chicken parm, and Nevaeh, who's 8 years old, got crab cakes and ice cream. So first, not only did you get crab cakes, you got dessert. So I'm pissed because... So I'm laughing, but I'm mad. So I asked my daughter, why the fuck she get crab cakes? Like, this is my exact message. Why the fuck did she get crab cakes? Who does she think she is? She's 8 years old. My daughter laughing back, Dad, I don't know. I asked her. She said, I had these before. I love them. And then she didn't even like them when she got them. So that was the first funny part about it. So I'm laughing. I'm like, yo, y'all just spent $90-something on crab cake, this, that, and the third, whatever. Because they $25 per crab cake. So, yes, this isn't a cheap hotel. Just be careful here. This is an expensive restaurant. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm saying something to her, baby, why would you get crab cakes? And who told you to order ice cream? Like, you don't even get dessert all the time when you with me. Like, you just doing shit. Like, what are you doing? Well, I ordered crab cakes, so I had to get the ice cream with it. When she heard the word cake, she ordered ice cream. So that was at the kid math. Kid math, absolutely. Crab cakes and ice cream for almost $100. My 8-year-old charged my card. And I had to chalk it up because I had to chalk it up to her innocence.
What can you do?
She was naive. She was curious and thought that cake, ice cream, it makes sense. So with kid math, I had to go ahead and chalk it up to it made logical sense. But yeah, other than that, though, it was great to see him. She was ecstatic when I popped up on her at school. That shit warmed my heart. My oldest daughter, just giving her a hug, and it's just like, they my baby. So yeah, it was good to spend time with them. It's been like almost 2 months.
Do you believe there's such thing as kid food?
Yes, chicken fingers, fries, cheeseburgers, nuggets. You might can get pasta. That's what I said to her. Where the fuck was the kids menu? They didn't give me one. So what adult at this
8-year-old said at the table
handed my daughter? You know what? I didn't even think at that level. What adult at this restaurant? What server handed my 8-year-old an adult menu?
So do you want the drinking? Do you want the
happy
hour menu? Miss
the happy hour menu. It's crazy. But when you think of the vision, I'm thinking they're having a time. They're on dad's money. It's no parental supervision, and they looking at the part of the menu they know they're not allowed to look at.
My daughter would absolutely do. That's why when you say, I'm like, I can absolutely see Queen doing that for sure. I'm like, oh, I can see this happening in 5 years.
Part of me had to respect it because I'm like, I didn't give them restrictions.
Yeah.
I didn't say don't do it. Yeah. I left it up to their discretion. I had to hold that. So the laugh was worth the $100. The laugh was worth it.
Years ago, my old head.
What, you done with the kid food shit?
No, yeah, I'm about to go.
Oh, all right, go.
Yeah, my old head told me years ago. I never heard this at this time. Like certain shit kids can't eat this and that. Just certain shit it's kid food. And he said some shit like shrimp or something. And I'm like, so if you was out somewhere, your kids wanted some fried shrimp. He's like, fuck no, I ain't gonna give my kids some fried. Nigga, why? How you gonna eat seafood? You a kid.
You're a kid. Crab cakes. Crab cakes. She ate.
So me personally, I ain't gonna say kid food's the real. My understanding of kid food was usually kids' palates aren't.
That's the philosophy.
So usually, they don't. Not gonna like it or eat it.
Yeah.
But to me, if you eat it, I will get it for you. You just better eat this fucking food though.
Crab cakes is off the table. Crab cakes are $25 per crab cake on average.
I'm with you.
maybe 17 at happy hour, and it's a smaller version of it.
Yeah.
The getting 2 crab cakes at 8 years
Even
old.
I don't buy crab cakes. That shit never is worth it to me. Like,
I've been on dates and the girls don't get crab cakes.
Yeah, like my girl make crab cakes for me. It's just I ain't about to buy shit at a restaurant. It's
Little Miss Missy crab cakes or crab meat is like $10.
Yeah.
So for her,
they be good though.
They snapping. But the fact that she ordered the crab cakes and didn't like it, you are just trying shit.
Did she bring her home?
Yeah, of course. She walked out. She walked out with 3 to-go trays that she couldn't even see over. She had the ice cream in the to-go tray. She knows her dad.
What was you doing here?
She knows her dad. She knew like if she didn't walk out with a to-go bag, it would have been a problem. Because that means you just wasted it.
Right, facts.
So somebody's gonna eat this food.
Yeah, I didn't like it. So I just left it there. Oh,
No,
okay. The belt.
No, you wanna know the funnier part was I was gonna text her mom like, yeah, she spent her sneaker money on crab cakes.
Okay, so
that weekly money.
Yeah, no Christmas shoes.
Yeah, it's crab cakes. So I do believe in kid food, but it's to your philosophy of like my daughter is 15 and she don't even like cheesesteaks.
Right.
Like she like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't like the bread. Like,
I don't get it.
Like she's still heavy chicken fingers. So her even getting chicken parm was like, Dad, it was a no kid food. It was all adult stuff. Like I'm like, all right, it was a 5-star type of environment. I could see how it wasn't no chicken fingers.
Shout out to the kid food. Again, I can eat other things, but I prefer chicken fingers.
Because you can. That's all you can cook.
I can't cook that either, though.
No, you use the air fryer. I've seen the video.
That's true.
And then your daughter smutted your cooking.
Absolutely. Yeah,
and then you tried to check her, and she checked you.
Absolutely.
She was like, "No," and she's 4 now.
She's 4. I lost.
She's 4. He lost the deal. That was so funny to me. She was like, "No." He was like, what you're not about to do is smut the microwave.
No, I smut the air fryer.
Smut the air fryer.
When I grew up with a microwave, built warriors.
Like you want fried nuggets. Like you too bougie. And she like, "No." I'm like, "Oh shit, Queen is right." I'll see who run the house.
Man, fuck her.
Yeah. But we need to talk about real quick.
We got
to take a pat down your life, whatever it could be. So I seen you posted the video, and you were showing like your little wall of memories.
Yes.
And when I seen the amount of photo shoots you did as a kid, this nigga was a pimp. This nigga was character. It was studious.
I was him.
I didn't know. Like,
I was him.
So when I seen the moments, I actually screenshot the Pimp Daddy one. It's in my phone for your birthday shout out next year.
Say next year is crazy.
Pimp Daddy. This nigga Q had a top hat.
I was him.
He had this little toy Benz or some shit like that.
I was him.
And I was like, he was actually him.
Absolutely.
I understand the conceited, self-centered, selfish revolves around me because the nigga had a whole wall of fame of all his moments.
And Queen still can't compete.
And then he had the daughter started to take up some real estate, and he was actually lobbying to get her shit took down. Like, take these pictures down. This is too much cuteness of her. I'm like, this nigga just don't stop.
It's not just it's too much cute. It's like the cuteness can't compare. That's what it really comes down to.
I think she would like I think it's not even close. I think she swept you. Her 3 moments swept all 46 of them pictures. They was funny. They was creative. But just her 3 moments. And you was hating on her when she was doing her little cute pose with the stop playing with my goddaughter. With her leg out, and you like put your leg in.
Oh, yeah.
And she just looking at him like, no. He switched the leg, she put it right there.
Y'all
like
girl and y'all, I don't know what's going on in the DNA of females today. All y'all just do the same poses. It's in the kids.
Yeah, but it's in the kids. She nailed the pose. Like, and he recorded the video. She just got the leg out. She's smiling, got her little lunchbox, and you hating.
Absolutely.
Leave her alone.
Absolutely.
But all right, fuck, get away from the kids.
Fuck the kids. All right, cool. We can switch gears, kind of, not kids, but in relation to relationship, that whatever. How about the idea? 'Cause I feel like, in relationships and love, all that type of shit, whatever, it's easy to talk about when it's up, but it's also interesting to talk about when it's down. Because when a relationship ends, whether it's a relationship or a marriage or whatever, how you come out of that can determine how the next few years of your life go or whatever. Like how you change what you learned, or was it a waste of time or whatever type shit, whatever. So talk about that. Like, when a relationship ends, what do you take, what do you don't take with you? And also, how does your perception and projection change? Because certain things is like the goal has to still be the goal if you had a certain goal in the first place.
Yeah, no, so that's to your point. Like, I feel like, especially just getting out of a relationship and where, though, like, I had long-term intentions, and I won't even go into the whole landscape of the entirety of the situation, but just how me moving forward from the situation. Like, initially, like, as a man, when you first get out of a relationship, it's easy for you to fall victim to your lack of discipline, or fall victim to your lust, or fall victim to having a freedom to do whatever you want now that you're no longer committed, right? And initially, your mind go there as a man. But for me, I seen a growth in myself, because even though I got out of a relationship, I didn't immediately start dating. I didn't immediately start having sex and doing all this extra. I literally was like, I'm going to take this time to get me right. And I've done that before just on a personal development and self journey. But typically out of all of my breakups, I probably did jump right back into the field and hit up an old shit. Do you know what I'm saying? And like for me, I didn't do none of that. So like it made me realize I was like, just because I got out of this relationship don't mean I got to move the goalpost. The goal is the goal. I still want to be married. So I'm still going to move with those intentions, and I'm still going to move exclusive the way I was moving when I was in my relationship, with the same level of discipline, with the same level of focus, with the same level of commitment. The only difference is I'm committed to me and my future and what that will look like for the goal being the goal. Because when people get out of a relationship and they move the goalpost, they become a different version of themselves that no longer fit the goal that they initially was changing. So whether there's a woman going through her whole phase or a nigga just outside and being irresponsible and just doing shit, now he having kids all over the place because you got hurt behind leaving a situation, or, you know, the lack thereof of being able to stay grounded in the fact that you don't forget what you said you wanted. I told myself that I want to be married. So because I want to be married, I don't know what that looks like. And just because the person change don't mean that the end goal is going to change. So for me, my primary focus right now is getting better, growing, elevating, and I'm going to date, and I'm going to do these things, and I'm going to be more intentional about the vetting process and how I'm going to structure that in the time frame. But the end goal is still the end goal. So when you talk about getting out of a relationship and what you take with you, for me, I'm taking the goal with me, because moving the goalposts don't serve me, and it ain't gonna serve my future. For other people that get out of relationships that feel like it was a waste of time, we talk about that all the time. It's never a waste of time when you learn something. Like, I learned to not try to control the future, to embrace the unknown, and to be like, you know what, whatever come about, come about. All I'm gonna do is be intentional about how I go about things. So don't leave a relationship and feel like, oh, I wasted my time. What did you learn from it? What did you earn from it? How did you grow? And what areas could you improve moving forward? You don't gotta sit there and even if you was the person that the reason that it was ended, or you was the person that got that felt like you got done dirty, or whatever the case may be, whatever side of the spectrum you're on, it don't got to be a waste of time. Just make use of what you learned from it, either sheet that you might find yourself in, because we all been in both chairs at some point.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's funny. I was actually talking to my friend the other day, and I was like, I was talking about another conversation I had with another friend, where me personally, I often loosely or casually, I might have done it with you, I loosely and casually talk about like being single, like the relationship ending, whatever. And it's partially because I like to envision or imagine certain alternative options or pathways, whatever, to make sure I'm always in alignment with wherever I may be going, however things happen. So no matter what may happen, you know, supposedly whatever, I won't be just like shocked. Cause I feel like oftentimes when niggas don't be like,
for sure,
when people don't like think about how certain routes may end up, you just be doing anything. It's like, you know, if you didn't want the relationship to end, or you didn't even think about it, you shouldn't be doing this in real time, whatever. So I was talking about how that's how I naturally think about whatever, and I spoke about how in the past, I spoke about how my relationship right now is really in a great space. Yeah. I thought we really in sync, and she's happy with her path. I'm doing whatever, and we're engaged now. We're getting married next April, but you know, it was not too long ago where I thought we weren't in the best space, whatever. And I told him a turning point was where I actually came to her and said, yo, like, on a very upfront, straightforward way, I said, yo, like, we not in the best place. I'm not saying I'm about to end it right now. I'm not saying you the worst bitch ever, or this and that. But I'm like, I thought we need to kind of reassess something to make sure 6 months from now we still good, whatever type of shit. I don't know where we going.
Course correct.
It was a very course correction type moment to present to whatever. Yeah. Now, in that moment, not saying the moment, her reaction to that wasn't the best, you know,
because they don't have foresight,
right? So
you actually had to foresee some shit that she cannot. She here right now. You saying we over,
right? So her response to that wasn't like, "Oh, let me snap out of and make some certain corrections or adjust." I won't say corrections, adjustments, and then put it back on track. It was like, "Oh, let's further derail things."
Damn, are they all the same?
Right? Let's self-destruct, like, you know, like shit like that, whatever. But it's funny looking back on it,
the house down while I'm in it.
Absolutely, but looking back on throughout the whole time while shit was just awry and whatever type shit, I actually was planning to propose that whole time, because I've been planning to propose. It's like 3-4 years ago, whatever. But
did you propose yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I got confused. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm talking about back then when all this was going on. Yeah, so this is in 2022, whatever, and I was playing out everything, whatever. But so I've been planning on proposing since the pandemic around that time, whatever. But I just knew, I knew I didn't want to be the type of person, I'm gonna spend all this bread and then have nothing left and then eat. Like, I remember a nigga told me years ago, yo, when I proposed, yo, I had to eat peanut butter jelly sandwiches for like days and weeks and months. But I had to get it done though. And I was like, nah, like, it's like, cool, I can do this in a more efficient, conducive way to spend necessary to get the ring she want, whatever. But no, it ain't but the break. Not about to break me. Exactly. So I know this to get the right research. I've been taking notes for years of what type of ring she want, whatever. I'm gonna do it. This the budget. Say less. Put this aside. I got it. Cool. So In that same year, she went fucking crazy. So that was going on. And I actually lost my job and was still paying the bills. So paying the bills at the time with
So you proposed with a ring pop. Got it.
No. So my point is, while this whole shit was being derailed, I also was losing all the bread I had at the time. But I said to say, it was a lot of mental stress going on while I was thinking about, do I ever still want to propose?
Do I still want to do this?
Yeah, like, and so for us to get through that, and I like, you know what? Got it, got the ring. I remember the day I was gonna propose, I got the ring that day because it got shipped and it didn't happen in time. So I ended up getting the same day, proposed, the party went well, whatever, all went through. So look back onto now where we're in a great space, headed towards we're about to get it done. It's like, no, it's funny, all that worked out. And it's funny because it wasn't that long ago where you almost lost me.
You know, it's crazy. One thing I say, two things I'm gonna say. The first thing is, you know, we always talk about relationships and just development, like off camera as well. And when you said something, we was talking before, and you was like, you know, even through all the stuff that your fiance has put you through, it's never crossed your mind to leave. And I put a lot of stuff in perspective because that's the unconditional love that all of us as men strive to have for a woman. Because, you know, we always say women are childlike and, you know, we love from a protection provide standpoint, it's really not too much of a difference as to our role in that regard. So, you know, you're going to let your kids through their bullshit. You know, you ain't going to never want to get your kids up just because they pissing you off. So it's like, when you think about it as a man, if you're dealing with a woman and you don't have that feeling where it's like, my love for you is so unconditional, not to say that you're just going to do anything under the sun. Like, it comes with boundaries, right? But it never crossed my mind to leave you behind anything you've done to me. Now, granted, my love ain't so unconditional that if you do certain shit, then I'm not going to leave. No. It's basically just like in that space of when we're having an argument, when we're having a disagreement, when you pissing me off, it don't even cross my mind to leave. You follow what I'm saying? And like when you said that, it put that in perspective. Another thing when you said just now about the whole intentional actions thing, you got to start the game how you want the game to end. Like, that's how the flow of the game got to go. That don't mean it won't be no bumps. That don't mean it won't be no hiccups and no roadblocks. But when we talk about the goal being a goal, it's like when you know the end goal, it's like a person that enrolled into grade school and kindergarten. You know the end goal is to get your diploma. You're going to go through a bunch of shit throughout them 12 years of 1st to 12th grade or whatever the case may be to get that diploma, but you know what the end goal is. So that means, you know, like, all right, I'm going to have to show up on days I don't feel like it. I'm going to have to deal with people I don't feel like dealing with. I'm going to have to complete assignments. I'm going to have to grow, and I'm going to have to learn through this process in order for me to be qualified to get this diploma in the end. When you think about a relationship ending in a marriage, that's how you got to view it from a standpoint of, all right, that's what I want my end goal to be. So that means I got to be patient. I got to have grace with this process of what's going to come with it because we're going through these developmental stages of growth. But if you saying that you want something, but you cut in class, essentially, you dropping out, you doing all these things, or you just in every place but where you're supposed to be, and you're going to expect to graduate into that at the end, that's delusional. So like that goes for both men and women. It's like women say that they want the ring, but they're not propositioning themselves in a position to extract that out of a man. Men saying that they want a woman to be a wife, but they're not positioning themselves in a way that should be served. And I'm not talking about the good men. I'm talking about the men that just don't even have a program for themselves to be able to say, look, this is what I need from you as a wife or whatever the case may be. So I'll say that, but now pivoting back to the other part on the back end when I was just saying like the whole having that love. When we think about unconditional love, right? Because I do feel like men, we love through loyalty, right? We love through loyalty, and we appreciate love through respect. Like we don't care about the emotional sense of the love. We want the love that shows that you respect me. Right. You respect the way I think. You trust me. You allow me to do what I say I'm going to do, and I'm showing up and doing it, and you having complete and unwavering trust in that, and you're not projecting onto me the things that happened that didn't go right in your past.
With the program,
you getting with the program. You know that I trust this man. This man has my best interest at heart, and we feel like that is love. A woman could say she love us all day and tomorrow. If it comes behind disrespect, you're not telling me you love me. So, because if you telling me you love me, but you're willing to disrespect me, you don't love me. That I don't want that. You follow what I'm saying? So it's like understanding that that's how we love unconditionally, but unconditional. When I mean to when I say we love unconditionally, it's not contingent upon how she looked. It's not contingent upon what she could do for us. We just love you. It's like I could just love somebody just to love them. It's not no contingencies to it. But unconditional don't mean without boundaries. And I feel like when people hear, oh, I ain't about to love you unconditionally, they think that you're not about to be out here doing it, doing that, and I'm still gonna love you. Nah, I can love you. That don't mean I'm gonna fuck with you. And that's where the difference is. I love a lot of people that I keep it short with. Friends, family members, just like I love you. I'm always love you because my love is genuine, but that don't mean I gotta allow you to be able to operate in my life and in my world in a way that doesn't show love for me, because I love you, but I love me too. And I feel like that's something that I want people to understand, whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship. But being in that relationship, if you're a woman, if you want to really love your man, because I don't feel like women love men unconditionally. Like, I feel like niggas got to accept that. Niggas be searching for unconditional love. They love with conditions. It's just what it is. It's not what have you done for me, it's what have you done for me lately. Don't take it personal. Like, because you accept that don't mean that you agree with it. Because it just means you understand that you're not going to find a woman in the world whose love don't come with conditions. That's not a smut to them. That don't mean they don't genuinely love you. It just means that if she met you when you was broke and you got rich, that love is going to change. People think that, oh, if a woman meets you when you down and then you get up, she could get intimidated by you growing and not wanting to see you grow, because she might feel like you might want to leave her now. You be rich when you meet a woman, and then next thing you poor, and you think the love supposed to be no, because that security that you would provide now has her in fight or flight, because she don't even know where the next meal. She's not cut out for that type of enduring that type of storm. So don't be upset at the lack of unconditional love. Understand that it's not there and realize that and accept it for what it is. But on the same time, try to get unconditional respect. That's what we should be searching for from women, not unconditional love. We should be searching for unconditional respect. Unconditional respect means no matter how she feel in that moment, she's still going to respect you. No matter where you at in the world, she's going to respect you behind your back. She's not going to let nobody play with your character. She's not going to create narratives and victimize herself to diminish your character. She's not going to let the kids play with you in your absence when you out working trying to provide for them. And she's not going to allow a situation or a circumstance to make her talk to you crazy, because she has unconditional respect for you. She can keep the unconditional love because it ain't even there. The unconditional respect is what you want. You want where she's like, you know what, no matter what he said, I'm not saying you disrespect her and that's okay. I'm saying it's like, even if you disrespect her, she respect you enough to say, well, I'm not even going to say nothing back to this man. I'm going to just remove myself. That's the type of shit that you want to extract out of a woman. Unconditional respect. When you get that, that's the tier that we searching for. That's the tier that we thriving for. And as a woman, that's what you should be working to within self, because that's how you on your end can sustain a marriage. If this man is doing everything he could do on his end to sustain a marriage, your end is respecting him and his down seasons, his up seasons, when he mad, when you mad, when he around, when he not around, when there's misunderstandings and when there's confusion and calamity, so that y'all can get back to that grounded sense of clarity and have a successful relationship, friendship, partnership, and marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I know we spoke about that another time where I was saying, like, of course, like the controversial shit is like the cheating or abuse or whatever and all, but like certain shit that really be deal breakers for me is like shit that revolves around respect, where I can't even imagine for whereas like certain shit, again, women be annoying, women do dumb shit, women do every type of shit, whatever. But if my girl was ever like, I heard you being literally against me or like just gossiping about me or disrespecting me to somebody else, like it's like, that's just like,
I'm out.
Yeah, like it's nothing around that, nothing past that. Like I literally can't trust you at that point. Like,
to your point, right?
You're not for my betterment. Like,
but that's how men form brotherhoods, through loyalty, because a lot of us go through things together to be able to determine the level and the threshold in which we trust our friends. Like, the love could be love. That's my dog. I love you for who you is. But I've been in these environments and these circumstances, and I've seen how you moved for me or for the betterment of the friendship, for the betterment of the brotherhood, where it's like you never made me feel like I had to question your loyalty. You follow what I'm saying? Because we thrive off respect and loyalty. So it's like when we see our women do things that appear to be disloyal, they don't understand loyalty the way we understand loyalty. They're loyal to how they feel in a moment. And their loyalty in most cases is to the end result that best serves them. Whereas though we make sacrifices as men, when you're a good dude, genuine dude, that don't always often benefit us the most, because it's embedded in us. So it's like when we sit here and we understand the level of sacrifice we're willing to make for our woman, and she can't even protect us in our absence, it comes off as the ultimate betrayal. Like, we could walk away prior to we don't gotta wait to be cheated on to be heartbroken. I'm heartbroken the moment you was talking about me in a certain way to your friends to diminish my character. I'm heartbroken the moment you paint me out to the kids to be a certain way because you mad. I'm heartbroken the moment that you show me you don't got my back because I could be trying to do something and you ain't even being supportive in a certain way. Like, the heartbreak for a man start based on a lack of loyalty and a lack of respect. So if a woman is disrespecting us and we want to remove ourselves, that's when we checking out of it, because it's like, I'm not about to go back and forth and disrespect you. You already showed me you don't respect me. I don't give a fuck how much you tell me you love me. I want the respect. So that is the deal breaker for us as men, because it's like, if you're not showing respect, I'm walking away. Under no circumstances am I going to be in a situation where it's predicated on disrespect. And I'm not speaking for the men who are disrespectful. I'm speaking for the men that's men and still get disrespected. You see what I'm saying?
How about this, though? Slight pushback on the whole unconditional thing. So I'm the type of person where I actually believe love is like everlasting. If I love you forever. But again, if I don't gotta fuck with you though,
Yeah,
but the love is still there.
100%.
So to the woman point is saying like their love is conditional. So let's say a man was rich, he go broke, and a woman like, I can't do this no more. Wouldn't the love still be there, but she just don't want to be with him?
I don't think so. I'm not saying it can't be. So let me say, I'm not saying it's a hard yes or no. I'm saying like if I had to do a survey, I would say more no.
Like
yes.
the love just gone.
I wouldn't say it's gone. I would say that because they're ruled by their emotions and emotions change, I think that what they once loved changed. So they're still going to be attached to what they loved. So it's not even a you thing. I think it's not personal. I think that it's literally is a contingency. It's like it comes with contingencies. So when you think about like again the only male that exists on this earth that a woman loves unconditionally is her son. It's the only one. Not even dads get loved unconditionally. We literally get loved for what we can do. If we can't do it, but don't take it personal. Like as men, don't like, it's like we gotta learn to embrace what favors us and embrace what doesn't favor us. When we talk about balance, those are just some of the things that is just the fact of the matter. Like I understand that my kids love me, but at the same time, I also understand that they love me more when I'm doing certain things. And I also understand that they love me less when I'm not doing certain things. And that's just what comes with it. And it's the same when you're dealing with your women. It's like, your woman is like, she love you, but at the same time, if circumstance, it ain't always got to be shit going to shit. You can get better in that love change. And that's the part that people don't think about. People think that a woman just will leave you when you down. No, she'll leave you when you up too if she get too intimidated by your growth. And she can stop loving you because she feel like you're not as focused on her as you once was. Like, so it's like, you're the best way to keep a woman interested is to do new things with her. Keep her curious, keep elevated. They are creatures of evolution. If you want to keep, you got to keep the love fresh. It can't lie dormant and you think it's going to be strong. That spark shit is not for us, it's for them. I can love something forever for nothing. It could just be, I love these pair of shoes. They old as fuck. I just love them. She want the latest ones. And that's just the fucking fact of the matter. If you understand this shit as a man, you won't take it personal when you feel like, oh, why is she acting like I just didn't do this last week? Because it's not what you did for
last week.
It's what you did for her lately. It was last week. They're rude in the moment. They don't think about what's happening yesterday, or unless they going back and forth to the past and they pulling up some shit from May 3rd at 3:46 p.m. But when it comes to the emotion part, it's like, how do I feel now? Yeah, I was happy you got me flowers yesterday, but I don't feel that way no more. I want to feel that way again. And I mean, that's why I challenge myself as a man to make sure I'm always on my shit and never allowing myself to get comfortable, because I don't want it to get to the point where the love get dormant. I want it to stay fresh. You know, as a man, that's the least we could do. Okay. Keep her on her toes. They hate it when I say that.
To slightly shift gears, you know, we both often talk about our parents, whether mom or dad, whatever. So I think it's interesting when you get to a certain point in your age when like the perception or perspective of your parents shifts. So of course we spoke about in the past of just like when you learn things about your parents, and you know they're not
heroes,
right? They're not heroes, and you accept them for flaws and all whatever. But also I feel dynamics, especially with sons, it changed where it's like, oh no, like now you could be like the teacher to the student, and you need more assistance and help, whatever. It's like, so how has aging now changed with the perception of your parents, whether either one?
Honestly, I feel like I'm blessed and fortunate enough. Never viewed my mom as a superhero. I always viewed her as human. I seen her do too much flawed shit in my life. If anything, the shit that I seen my mom do helped me love women unconditionally, because my sisters and my mom, the example they set was real. It was like, this is women. It wasn't like a fairy tale. I didn't get to see them. I've seen my sister be married for years, had a perfect ideal life. I seen my mom be with my step-pop for almost 20 years. They didn't get them married, but we had the two-parent household. You know, I seen my other sister get married, but I also seen them cheat. I've seen them lie, manipulate. I heard the stuff my mom said to my sisters and how to get money out of niggas and how to do this, how to do that. So as a young kid, for me, I seen the real and the raw to the point where that was my norm. So when I got older and I seen men getting finessed and they were just heartbroken, distraught about she lied and she wasn't perfect, I'm like, nigga, like what? So, because you gotta understand, women love perception. They are the queens of perception deception. Again, this is something to accept. It's not something to ridicule and tell them about themselves. It's just like, don't tear her down about it. Learn how she operates so that you can study and learn how it not to affect you. But what I mean is they are okay with shit looking good. Shit don't actually gotta be good. It could just look good, and they are okay with that because they care how they are viewed. So with that being the case, my mom wasn't really like that. She wasn't the person that would care how it looked. She would just show you what it is. I didn't learn about the perception deception game until I got older and started to realize how you could meet a woman and you could think she one way, and then you get to know her, you're like, she's actually fucking horrible. You know what I mean? But everything looks so aesthetically pleasing, you know, from a distance. And a lot of men have never seen both sides of it. They have only discovered the horrible part from not even knowing that it was possible. For me, I know that side exists, so I don't judge them. I just be like, everybody got shit with them, and it's just about what shit you willing to smell. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, the way I look at it, going back to the whole parent dynamic in general, I never looked at my mom as perfect. My dad wasn't around. I didn't get to know him until I was an adult. And by the time I got to know him, I did have to erase a lot of what my mom did say about him. But for me, being this forgiving guy and all this thing and just giving him the opportunity to paint his own picture, fuck with my dad. He got a good character. He's a very loving man. He's growing at his pace because he did 30 years in jail. So a lot of the life that he would have lived to become mature in certain areas, he come to me, he be like, this is my son. I will go to my son for advice about life because my son has life experience that I don't have. And I respect him and his character for being able to do that. He called me for advice all the time, but that's still my dad. And then with my mom is like, my mom just real and raw and, she herself. So my perspective didn't shift. If anything, I appreciated my mom more because once I started to really get to know women, I'm just like, yo, women ain't really moving like this. Like, my mom took care of 5 kids by herself. She never blamed our dad, even though she had the smut for my dad, because I think this was the only one she was actually really in love with. And I didn't learn that until I started to realize that I see them interact now. I can't say what I want to say, but I'm like, I'm collateral damage. Like, I'm collateral damage because of what y'all failed to fucking fix. But whatever, we'll talk about that and try not to do that to our kids. But the fact of the matter is, like I said, it got better because I just realized, I'm like, you know what? I appreciate the way you was. And her removing me from my dad might have been the best decision. Even if she ain't do it for that reason, he wouldn't have been a great role model. And he know that. So we all can agree that my step-pop was the man that was supposed to raise me because he was a solid stand-up dude. And I'm actually turning into him in the household when I'm on dad mode. Like, because he was the person that, he made me a man. You know what I'm saying? To keep it a being, for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, my man's, he's actually staying, his mama's living with him right now, whatever. And he was talking about just like, the dynamic of like, damn, like it's like this is my girlfriend now because she's single and I gotta help her through certain shit, whatever this and that. And I know like a lot of like sons go through that where it's like, oh yeah, like when you kind of got to be the man in the house, even you're not in the house no more, and help your mom through certain shit, whatever, and give her money or give her advice, give her help.
Still men, and they still women, no matter the age, bro. That's what you got to understand. I'm still listening. I was going to say we still men, and I feel like that's where I was talking about you got to cut the umbilical cord from your mom, because if you continue to have that mother-son relationship where you think she's an authority in your life, then you never become... That's saying you can't become a man, but I'm saying you never acknowledge the actual fact that you're a man. And what I mean by that is like, yes, my mom is my mom, but she's a woman, meaning she still need to be led. She still need to be protected. She still need to be provided for. It don't matter in what sense of it. But when it started off as she doing all these things for you, she protecting you, she providing for you, some men keep that component. What I would suggest is having both, where though this still my mom, she can still do all these things for me, but I'm the man. Like, I'm really a protector for my mom. Like, my mom knows she got sons, and it's like she know we ain't going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she can walk through this world understanding that I got a tribe of men that's like going to make sure I'm okay. My mom, I give my mom money. I can help. If I need to, I can call my mom. Mom, I'm in a bond. I need help. But I don't. I'm a man. My mom called me, son, I need you to. I was paying my mom mortgage at a point in time until the house got paid off by my family member. Like, I'm going to be a man in my mom's life. I'm not just her son. I'm a man. So it's like, to your friend acknowledging and going through that, he realizing like, yeah, no, we men. So when you think about your mom, don't just look at her like, oh, this is my mom. She took care of me my whole life. This is somebody I can call on. The only thing I call on my mom for is I know if I need to be emotional and all that, I can call on my mom, because this is the only woman in the world that's going to love me unconditionally.
Safe space.
This is a safe space, because, and if you don't have that relationship with your mom, don't mean she got to be that for you, because everybody's mom not that. But, you can find that space. But this ain't about safe spaces. This is about being a man for your mom and not just being like, oh, this is my mom. She'll figure it out. She's a woman. She needs guidance. Like, they still have emotions. They're women. They're not higher than your girlfriend in terms of
Mom's is not a separate species.
No, it's not a separate species. That's a good word. It's not a separate species. She's a woman. Your daughter, your wife, your mom, they're all women. Your sisters. And if you understand that as a man, you will learn how to deal with all of them. Like, okay, they're women. So when I look at my kids and how they act and how they react, I'm like, okay, I got to realize I'm raising women. This is women math. This is girl math. But it's a little bit more of entitlement because these are my kids. So it's a little different. This is my responsibility. But you got to learn how to play the game. It was something else I wanted to say before we wrapped up, and I felt like it was in a regard, but I'll tap into it when we film, because we go land a plane on that and then we'll pick it up following film. But yeah. So did you have anything else you want to go over, or did?
No. So we'll pick up on the next episode. But I was going to give the update because we talked about this saga a few times on the show about me and my pops. And about how that was going, so we'll pick up on it.
I want to hear more about this.
Yeah, we like those little cliffhangers here. So we'll talk about on the next show about their latest update.
All right, so in the meantime, man, make sure y'all check out her fantasy box, which once used to be a billboard, is now their billboard. So make sure y'all check them out. Y'all heard some of the amazing things that they have to offer, and I'm pretty sure they got pretty much more in store. And make sure y'all tap in with them. You already know our tagline, man. We want y'all to get better every day, and we want y'all to not gatekeep this information. We want y'all to let people know, because as y'all let people know, we grow. Share this out to 5 to 10 people. It don't take you no time. If you learning something from this, if you becoming better from this, want that for the people around you. You don't always got to leave your environment to better your environment. You can bring the resources to your environment that can make your environment better. This platform is a resource that's going to help people, so you can be the person that introduces it to the group chat. You could be the person that brings it up at work. You could be the person that brings it up within your friend groups or on your social circles, so that people around you can have the like-mindedness and the growth and development that you're having, and can grow at the pace you're growing in a like-minded way, to where though y'all can share conversations on what y'all took from these episodes. So don't just listen to it at work and then turn it off. Listen to it and talk about it. If you learn something that I said, or from something that Q said, or from our life experiences that we've been sharing and being transparent about with y'all, give it to somebody else, because it's your experiences. It's not for you to gatekeep and hold for you. It's for you to help somebody so they don't got to go through what you went through. And that's what I'll leave y'all with. And like I said, man, if y'all are interested in advertising in the future, just get with us with Network WSC@gmail.com for all inquiries. And make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at woofnetwork.wsc. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow our channel, the Woof Network, and listen to the podcast on all streaming platforms, the Woof Has Spoken podcast. Y'all know where y'all can follow me at WoofWSC. Where can they find you at, Q?
Right on Q Live, right as in the right side on QUE Live.
And make sure y'all follow my guy, Ricky B. Philly, who's very much involved, but very much behind the camera. All this is possible because of us right here, and because of you guys as well. So y'all are important. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and we're going to keep growing 1% better 1%. After every day, after every episode, after every page we read, after every video we watch, and after every move we make, man. Until next time, the Wolf Has Spoken, man. We out.